All right, this is my 6th time recording this. This is the most polished version of me that you are going to get. Let's get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Ann Kim. I am a mechatronics intern at Siemens Mobility, working directly with Mr. Tim Ferguson. I'm a senior at the Alliance Academy for Innovation, by the way. Some fun facts about me are that I'm considering Purdue University for data science. I help organize my county's first TEDx event. And I served on the Georgia State Advisory Youth Council with the superintendent, Richard Woods. And the project I helped build there is called the Hero Circle, which is very, very thematically relevant to the JAs, Job Elements Analyses I've been building at Siemens. First off, what is the Hero Circle? It's a mentorship program that connects high school seniors with high school freshmen to help them build a sense of acceptance, connection, and emotional deposits. In other words, ACE high school. It's a pay-it-forward system. As the younger mentees, the freshmen, grow into seniors 4 years later, they will get mentees of their own, and the knowledge transfer keeps happening. So it's a philosophy of plant a seed, grow a tree. Knowledge transfer is very, very relevant to the job elements analyses, JAs, I've been helping build at Siemens. To build JA, I will go to the factory floor and ask technicians, how do you pull a wire harness? What are the steps involved in building a motor? And the purpose of all of this is to document the knowledge, the skills, the abilities that are required to make a product on the factory floor. So it's not just stuck inside someone's head, but it's visible to the managers. I've completed a total of 9 JAs. Some of them are super short. 7 elements took me like a day, versus others took me over a month. You're talking 300 rows in an Excel spreadsheet. I ran out of Latin letters. I had to use Greek letters. That just gives you an idea of the scale and magnitude that we are working with on these projects. My JAs will fundamentally change how Siemens at Georgia 400 hires, trains, promotes, and pays its people. It will outline what the competencies are for someone to move from one pay grade to the next. What skills, what knowledge do I need to learn in order to keep growing with this company? And that brings me to my first key takeaway. In order for an organization to outlast its founders, you have to invest in onboarding, retention, and sustainability. Whether you are a Fortune 500 business, whether you're a startup, whether you're a school system, you have to invest in the tree of mentorship. Another improvement was a better way to let paint cure on the motor so that there's no smudging and the quality of the final product is in accordance with our standards. This fix saved about is projected to save about $672 a year, according to an estimate from one of the manufacturing engineers. A cool thing that I helped do was to record training videos. A picture speaks 1,000 words. So I took my skill in videography and made some training videos to go along with it. That brings me to my second key takeaway, which is bring your hobbies to work. Because once you've completed all of the assignments that were formally given to you, look for ways to contribute beyond your job description. And for me, that was by asking for a camera. I literally just went up to somebody. I was like, hey, do you have a camera that I could borrow so that I'm not recording intellectual property on my personal device? And I made sure to use downtime to contribute to the company. My second project that I worked on with Siemens was the Buy America simulator. Buy America is a set of rules that say X% of an item has to be made in the United States in order for it to have the Made in America sticker. But this gets complicated very fast once you factor in tariffs, once you factor in exchange rates, once you factor in labor costs. A lot of things are changing and fluctuating all the time. So my goal was to help lead the software department, the legal department, or the procurement department in outlining what are the features required for a minimum viable product of a simulator that's going to help us optimize our suppliers. So I was leading a team of adults who were 20, 30 years older than me. They were old enough to be my parents. And this was a very, very different experience from high school, because in high school, you're separated by grade level. Here in the workplace, it's very different. Sometimes you're going to be managing people that have more experience than you, that are older than you. And in those moments, you really have to have humility, know when to ask for clarification, but also have confidence in your abilities to be a manager because you were selected for the role. My third assignment was researching factory improvements. So Siemens is investing several millions of dollars into renovating the factory floor, but although the floor isn't going to be fully done renovated until like a few years later, so I will be long gone by then because my internship's only for like a year, my research is going to help drive purchases when that time comes. So I also did some ergonomics assessments like Rula and Reba to show the importance of adjustable harness boards for people of different heights, to show the importance of anti-fatigue floor mats. My final project were the KPI dashboards. KPI stands for Key Performance Indicators. And this started off as an informal side quest, if you will. So back during the Buy America project, I was learning some JavaScript on the side using Codecademy. I showed that to our in-house JavaScript expert, Mr. Palo Congas. He was like, hey, this is a really good start. Here's what the professionals do. They use something called a REST Endpoint API, which is basically like it knocks on the door of a server and asks for the specific information it wants. So after lots of Googling terms I didn't understand, mind you, I was like just barely learning console.log at this point. I was a complete beginner to all of this. I asked a lot of help from AI. I was able to get this to work. And then now fast forward several months. I see an opportunity to work on a KPI dashboard. And here's where my previous knowledge of REST points came in handy. Because this 89.4% is real-time data that is getting pulled from Siemens's SAP database. Mr. Palakongas introduced me to a chart library called Plotly, which is what I use to help design these charts. And this brings me to my final key takeaway, which is don't wait until you feel like you're ready to build something. I was able to get tailored feedback that helped me accelerate my skills at a level much faster than I would have should I just kept my beginner work to myself. It's okay if your stuff isn't professional. It's okay if your stuff is messy. Show it to somebody who knows better than you so they can teach you. What I want you to take away from my presentation on that topic of mentorship and knowledge transfer is that everywhere that you go, you will always be a teacher and or a student at some point in life. You have the power to plant the seeds of acceptance, connection, and emotional deposits in your community. You have the power to help people plant a seed and grow a tree of their own. That brings me to the closing of my presentation. Here's my contact information if you guys are interested. And a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of these people and countless others I couldn't fit onto this slideshow who truly went out of their way. So thank you guys very much for your time and much gratitude. Peace.